I accidentally shit the bed in front of my boyfriend. Warning, don't read this if you have any problems with feces and that kind of shit. Unintended. Someone told me that I should share this embarrassing story, so here we go. Disclaimer, English isn't my first language, so I'm sorry for all the spelling grammar mistakes. Me had just gotten in a relationship with my new sweet boyfriend. A little info about me. I have a chronic stomach wound which pops up whenever I'm really stressed. The relationship was very new, so we were both still quite shy. We had just gotten comfortable enough farting in front of each other though, and often made a joke out of it. About a month into our relationship, I had to go to the hospital with my stomach wound. I was there for a week, and he was super supportive the whole time. When I finally got home from the hospital, my body was so weak. I wasn't allowed to drink or eat anything the whole week because of the tests they had to make. Therefore, my body had pretty much shut down. Nothing had come in, though nothing came out. I got prescribed some laxatives that I took. Never having taken them before, I didn't know what to expect, but it definitely wasn't this. We were laying in bed, I was on my side looking at my phone, and he was half sitting up in bed playing RuneScape on his laptop in front of me. I could feel a fart coming, so I looked up into his eyes with a smirk face expression and said, "I'm shitting." I meant to say, "I'm farting," but the words came out wrong, and so did something else. The moment I said it, I let it all out, still with a smirk face expression, looking him right in the eyes. You could hear a wet, bubbly sound, and I instantly knew what had happened. My smile faded, and my face turned to horror. My hand flew down to stop the flow, but it was too late. Boyfriend jumped up and ran to the toilet to bring me paper. He helped me clean up while just laughing hysterically. I was so embarrassed that I couldn't even say anything. Later, when we sat and talked, he told me that it was the most intimidating thing he had ever experienced. The way I looked right into his eyes, he had never felt so dominated in his life, like a monkey shitting in its hand and throwing it. Needless to say, we got very quickly comfortable with intimate things like that. Even though we've broken up since then and it's been a few years, I'm to this day still just as embarrassed. Don't forget to subscribe. Give me a motivation. Let's move to second story. Days ago, my coworker, who's also my friend, fell down the stairs and died in front of me. 4 days ago, I was walking with a coworker on a break just to stretch our legs. We work in an office setting, so like to get up every once in a while and get some fresh air. We walk in a half circle around the building. In the back, there are stairs that we like to go down and then back up on our way back for exercise. It's 2 sets of 15 concrete steps. It was a beautiful sunny day with blue skies. Near the top of the stairs, we were in mid-conversation while heading down, and all of a sudden I hear him go, "Oh God," and trip and fall somehow. He rolled down and landed at the bottom in a heap, face first in the concrete. I just stared for a few seconds because it was so sudden. I ran to the bottom while asking if he's okay. He didn't move or respond. I got close and realized there was blood coming from his head and face, and his arms and legs were seized up and stiff when I tried to roll him over. I freaked out but managed to call 911 while also texting another coworker friend of mine, "Come outside the office," as our friend fell. 911 told me to roll him over and do CPR while they came, which I did. The ambulance got there about 7 minutes after I called and took him to the hospital, but I'm 99% sure he was already dead when I was doing CPR. Feel really weird about it. It's sad, but also just strange. It's hard to put into words. It doesn't seem real. I will get flashes where I realize what happened and feel an intense tightness in my chest, and the severity of it hits me. I keep imagining him laying at the bottom of the stairs face down, and also his torn up face when I was giving him CPR when he was already dead. It's also just really sad because he was one of my best friends at work. I've barely slept since Tuesday and was full of adrenaline for a full day after it happened. He was single with no kids or anything, only has a brother and father who live in other states. I don't really know why I'm writing all this, but I just feel really strange and I'm wondering if anyone ever experienced something like this. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss any story.